up, Jacob? Jacob? Hello?
Sorry, I was just daydreaming. Man, I'm so ready to get out of here and find a warm beach somewhere.
Me too. I mean, I love where I live, but Cloverdale without the rodeo? It's a little bit boring.
You are telling me I want to catch some rays. I just want to lay in the sand. But Crescent Beach in March? No thank you. I want a relaxing float in the water, not a polar bear swim. If you could do anything right now, what would you do?
I would love to be on a beach somewhere and play volleyball with my friends, you know? Warm weather, great company. That would really cure all my cold weather blues.
I'd head out to a warm beach. I'd grab a surfboard. I'd swim out there. And then I'd try to ride the waves back in. But, I mean, I've never really surfed, so I'd probably just crash back in.
Righteous, dude. Where would we go to do all of this?
Aruba? Jamaica?
Bermuda.
Bahama?
Key Largo?
Montego!
Off the Florida Keys, there's a place called Kokomo.
That's where you want to go to get away from it all.
Bodies in the sand. Tropical drink melting in your hand.
We'll be falling in love to the rhythm of a steel drum band.
Down in Coconut.
Aruba, Jamaica, ooh, I wanna take you to.
Bermuda, Bahama, come on, pretty mama.
Key Largo, Montego, baby, why don't we go?
Well, unfortunately our dream of a beach vacation is just that, a dream.
Yes. But we have another dream that everyone watching can actually help us to achieve. We have a dream of raising $165,000.
That would get us a lot of beach vacations.
Stay focused.
Right. Well, we have a lot of exciting things you're not going to want to miss out on, like an update from the new president of Young Life Canada.
And an update from 4 cities, Langley, Surrey, White Rock, and Delta.
Delta.
Yes, more on that later.
And we have some great stories of our COVID highlights with staff, leaders, and teens.
So stay tuned and don't miss out.
At its heart, Young Life is a relational ministry. The best connections are made in person and in the world of teens. Typically, Young Life has functioned in a way that allows for extravagant fun with time spent together building relationships. In Young Life's camping ministries, weekly club, consistent contact work, campaigners, and committee involvement, Young Life thrives in person, whether in group settings or one-on-one. As of March of last year, a lot of things have changed.
British Columbia's top doctor is defending
warnings about the next lockdown.
Questions about the federal rules designed to keep COVID-19 variants out of Canada.
In BC schools.
Young Life staff, leaders, committee, and the kids involved had to adapt to continue the important work of meeting teens in their world. During this pandemic, Young Life has continued the tried and true approach that has been happening around the world for the past 80 years. Club, campaigners, camp, and contact work have continued by leveraging the technology available to us today.
Young Life to me is meeting people and having a good time.
Young Life to me is a place where I can freely be myself and be accepted and loved.
Young Life to me is being able to reach kids in hard to reach places of the community and showing them Jesus' love.
It has looked different. The meetings happen online, but the fundamentals have remained. We still open a Bible and explore the person of Jesus. Recently, we have adopted the saying, Young Life always happens. We are committed to pursuing kids in their world to bring them the greatest news they could ever hear, that there is a God who loves them, pursues them, and wants a relationship with them.
Hello, my name is David Tacker, and I'm the president for Young Life of Canada. In 1980, I was a 15-year-old teenager growing up in Calgary, Alberta. I got invited to a Young Life club, and going to that event changed the course of my life. I moved to Edmonton to go to university, and over 6 years I was a volunteer in that city. I moved back to Calgary in 1988 and joined the Young Life staff there for the next 15 years. In 2003, Kelly and I and our 3 young boys moved to Ontario to oversee the development of Young Life in that province. This past January, I started in this new role and moved to Vancouver. I now call British Columbia home. It's a whole lot warmer here than it was in those 2 provinces. As president of this organization, I'm grateful to you for joining us.
Hi, my name is Brendan Widener. I've been gifted with this opportunity over the past several years to oversee the ministries in Young Life Surrey, Langley, White Rock, and Delta. And we're thrilled, even in the midst of all the other challenges this year, to see some exciting developments where we've seen Langley launch under Julie's leadership. We're going to watch North Surrey launch under Katie's leadership, South Surrey launch under Jacob's leadership. We have exciting news about Delta's development this coming year. And so I get to focus on Young Life Cloverdale as its area director, and as challenging as 2020's been, we found a way to go after teenagers because they're worth it. We've walked alongside them virtually, outdoors in distancing. We've done events this fall, campaigners around fires outdoors in backyards. We've met in every way we could, and again virtually, just because we think teenagers are worth it. We think the kids at Tweedsmuir, the kids at Salish, the kids at Clayton, our wildlife ministry, our Capernaum ministry to kids with disabilities, and Young Life College, those young adults who miss the opportunity perhaps in high school, but have it now because people will walk alongside them and show them Jesus. Thanks for being partners in this big vision, as well as in each of these communities. We could not do it without you.
Hi, my name is Katie and I work for Young Life North Surrey. We were super fortunate to start Young Life at Johnson Heights last year and have been able to carry that forward through the pandemic, which has been really great to see our relationships with our kids go a lot deeper. We have had a really great influx of new leaders. We have about a team of 8 now, and they have just been connecting so well with kids despite all the obstacles that have happened this year. With all these leaders coming alongside us in North Surrey, we are really excited to get ready to launch a team at Qualton Park.
Hi, I'm Jacob and I do Young Life in South Surrey. What a year it's been. From Zoom Club to Camp in a Box to day trips with kids. We have had such a good time with 7 leaders doing active contact work in 3 different schools. Our senior high club in Sullivan Heights, our senior high club in Elgin Park, and our Capernaum club in Elgin Park. We're really excited to see, as the world continues to change, how our relationships will grow and deepen, especially some of our relationships with a large group of grade 9 kids that we've journeyed through from wildlife to here. We're also excited for our wildlife club that's going to relaunch in the coming months, and we'll even have some of our grade 12 campaigners joining in as leaders and seeing what's next for them as they grow in their leadership.
Hi, my name is Julie Boney and I'm the area director for Langley Young Life, and we are so encouraged that even with the hit of COVID-19, Young Life continues. We have 20 volunteer leaders investing in teenagers in Langley. We have kids from Peter Ewart and Yorkson that go to our wildlife clubs, and we have kids from Mountain and Poppy and Brookswood going to our new club, and we have Walnut Grove kids still experiencing great relationships with their volunteer leaders. We're encouraged that we can have small groups and deeper investment in our kids' lives. We've been doing more one-on-ones than we ever have before. We have hired Tom Castile as our staff associate to continue helping us build the work at Mountain and Brookswood and Poppy. We're still investing in teenagers and we're still sharing the good news. Thank you so much for partnering with us.
Hi, my name's Rasimi. 8 years ago, I served on Young Life Delta's committee, and my prayer and vision has been to see Young Life Delta start again.
Hi, I'm Rebecca, and I've been a leader in Cloverdale for 8 years, and I also fell in love with Jesus through Young Life. Last year, God put it on my heart to start Young Life in Delta, and I'm applying to start this September.
We're excited for what God has ahead for Delta, and we're rallying adults in preparation for this fall's relaunch.
Please pray for us as we discern God's leading for Young Life in Delta.
What do I say?
Young Life to me is...
Young Life to me is a loving community where I can be myself.
Hanging out with friends, learning about God, and just having fun.
Only reminder that everything is okay.
A place where I can be myself and feel accepted.
Connecting with people during COVID.
An environment where you can be authentically yourself.
And I feel happy when I'm at school.
Is getting to reconnect with friends I don't normally see.
Is community. It's a second family.
My only social life right now.
Like going places.
It's making friendships and meeting new people.
I'll be help that
Time with God and a chance to connect with friends.
I'm bringing people that I want to see in heaven with me.
Getting out of my comfort zone and having more experiences.
Is awesome Jesus-centered community.
Safe space for everyone.
It's being able to be yourself without being judged.
It's a place where I can be who I am, share all my opinions and ideas without feeling like I'm going to be judged in any possible way.
They are literally just there for you and let you know that no matter how you're feeling or what you believe or what you don't believe is okay, and it's the most extraordinary feeling in the world.
Just feel loved and connected.
It is my favorite place to be.
It's a group of friends that I can walk beside and grow in my faith with.
It's awesome.
It's loving and it's amazing.
Isabella and I first met at Elgin Park Secondary School in her basis classroom. I remember the first time we met, we were playing bird bingo and we were laughing and having so much fun looking for all the different birds and all the silly, crazy names that they had and the ways they looked. It's been so fun knowing Isabella over this last year, and she is the most consistent kid we have at our Capernaum Club. She's such a joy to be around and such a positive attitude and been such an encouragement to me.
Hi, so I'm Isabella, and also just a little advice that everyone is always welcome to join our Young Life, because we do a awesome and fun, different, cool activities. It's okay to make new friends. The reason why I make a video so I can hang out with my friends, and it's a lot of fun and awesome experience too.
So I discovered Young Life by a old football coach of mine hitting me up on Instagram and asking if I wanted to come for a night. When I first went, it was kind of scary at first because I didn't really know anyone, and then a little while later some people I knew from school showed up, so then I really felt like I fit in there. I felt it was for me because I was able to be around a group of people that were just like me and like trying to like have the same goals as me, so it was very empowering. I felt good when I started talking about Jesus because it was nice because I was kind of drifting away from my walk with God, so it was nice to be able to have a group of people like me, like I said, and then on the same kind of journey as me with God.
I met my Young Life leader in the summer going to North Surrey day camps. My Young Life leader is a great mentor and a great person to have around. She always helps me with all the challenges in life. When life's been really hard lately, it's just been nice to see my Young Life friends and leaders on Zoom. And back when we could do in person, just getting to talk to them about everything going on and just play some fun games. It's a really good break from everything I have going on. I know that Jesus always wants the best for us, and he wants to help us make the right decisions in life and put us on the right path. And I really see that in my leaders, that they also want the best, and they are always there to help us if we ever have like any tough questions about life.
When I came to Young Life in grade 7, I would listen to the club talk, but I wouldn't really take in what was being said. When I started high school, I started dealing with challenges and difficulties every day, and that's when the club talk started to really stand out to me and made me realize that I wasn't alone in what I was going through. Social media can be a place full of negativity and comparison. When you follow someone, you're now subscribed to a whole world and what they're putting out to you and their lifestyle. Something I've realized is you can be following Jesus and then you're subscribed to a faithful, hopeful, and positive world that no matter who you are, you can be accepted and loved by him. So through these years, I've become really grateful for Young Life because it's shown me my worth and who I am today.
I started going to campaigners a little while after I moved here. I didn't know anyone that well. Once we had gone to Young Life and I got to know my friend Kelsey and my leader Emily, it was just a really good way for us to all have meaningful conversations about Jesus and get to know each other well as ourselves better. My relationship with Jesus started when I sat through the sermons with my parents, but I didn't quite understand what was going on because it was more in their language than mine. My leader Emily helped me understand everything in a way that made sense to me, and it helped me make my relationship with Jesus more my own. One of the biggest changes that Jesus and Young Life has had on my life is it's given me a community and a group of friends to fall back on, whom I can trust and I can lean on, and that help point me towards Jesus. My name's Cameron, and Jesus to me is someone I can trust and lean on throughout the difficult times in my life.
My name's Chloe, and Jesus is to me hope.
My name is Jaden, and Jesus to me is just someone I can look up to and I know is always going to be there to support me in life.
My name is Micah Gorsline, and Jesus is my Savior.
One of the highlights over this past year is watching our staff and the innovation that they've come up with to continue to meet kids. Young Life is more than a program. It's far more about the life-on-life relationship and mentorship that an adult leader will have with a teen. That gets hard when you're doing it over Zoom, or when you're doing it behind a mask, or when there's protocols that are changing every week, it seems. I've been proud as I've watched our staff across this country manage appropriate safety protocols and at the same time come up with the most innovative ways of connecting with teens. I'm grateful for the work that's happening across our country. Coming out of this pandemic, kids are facing a variety of issues, whether it's loneliness, disconnectedness, anxiety, fear. I believe Young Life is as vital and critical as it ever has been. The life-giving message of hope, peace, and love through Jesus Christ is more important now than it perhaps ever has been. So I'm convinced that Young Life is critical. We have a unique way of thinking about teenagers and a unique way of talking about Jesus Christ. For us, teenagers are not projects, but they're our friends. They're young people that we come along at a period of life that's turbulent, where maybe mom and dad aren't the voices they want to listen to, and come along with them to share our lives, no strings attached, to be able to walk the important issues of life with them. We have a unique way of talking about Jesus Christ. We do our best to share him in a way that is so winsome and captivating. The greatest message about the man who lived and died and lived again. How do I know that? Well, I was one of those kids, sitting in a Young Life club, and I remember hearing them talk about Jesus in a way that I had never heard before, and it captivated me. And that message continues to captivate kids. Most recently, I'll give you an example of a young man living in our home in Oakville with us for the past 18 months. His name's Dre, and he was invited to Young Life by a friend. We soon learned that he was homeless, and I remember picking him up at a Tim Hortons, and over a course of time, Dre moved in with Kelly and I. The biggest victory was helping him graduate high school. There's many kids like Dre, wanting to fit in, wanting to belong, wanting to be accepted, and at the same time hearing this great message of Jesus Christ. So my privilege is to invite you to consider how you can be involved. I hope you've been encouraged. Now I'd like to ask you to consider joining us as financial partners. On behalf of our Surrey, Langley, White Rock, Delta Young Life communities, led by Brendan, Julie, Katie, and Jacob, our goal today is to raise $175,000 in this fundraising event. Please help us use up the matching funds available to us. The options for giving are attached to this video. Really, we have two ways. One is the pre-authorized monthly donation, or option two is a one-time gift that you can make this evening. I'd like to ask you to consider, and maybe to pause a second in your busy lives, to consider how you can be involved and help us to go big by giving big. I'm convinced that what we're doing with teens is so important, and I want to invite you to join us in this great endeavor. Thank you so much for your consideration and for joining us.
Wow, what a night.
Hey, it may not be warm out there, but it's certainly warm me in here.
And the warm weather isn't too far away.
Thank you all so much for helping us and partnering with us in our goals and dreams.
and we can't wait to be together soon. But until then, stay safe and thank you for joining us.
Goodbye.
Bye.